Hey guys, what's happening? It's time for Shokugeki no Souma, chapter 126. That is 126. Now, um, it's funny because it was named Food Cart Wars, so Shokugeki no Karto? I don't know. um, anyway, uh, the cover page was pretty good with Takumi and Isami Aldini with fucking gelato. Oh my gosh. I just had gelato on the 4th of July, man. That shit is so good. Coming from Italy, probably even better, but that's besides the point. So, contrary to what I thought, the first day is over. In fact, I thought perhaps there was going to be a new strat. Um, I didn't realize it was more than one day. I should have known that, because usually in anime and manga, it's usually like one day for um, the food festival and then another day for the culture festival or whatever it is. And so, um, and like one day for the sports festival. But in this case, this is all food, so it makes sense that there would be more days allotted to food because it's food, and that's what the academy is about. Is food. So we find out that Ikumi and the Donars are doing well. They did well on the first day. However, number one in the main area is Aldini, the Aldini brothers. They did the best. Um, and so obviously Takumi showing his growth, though honestly he had a lot of promise to start with. He kind of got taken down a couple pegs with the Subaru Shokugeki that I really didn't care for because I really wanted Takumi to win that one. But he's starting to redeem himself here. Meanwhile, Soma doing bad. Soma and Tadakura are doing poorly. However, the one I did not expect to do poorly was actually Alice, Kurokiba, and Hayama. Despite their shit teamwork in the beginning, I expected them to pull through, but they didn't. In fact, they were last place in their particular division, and so that actually surprised me. Soma doing poorly at first, I did not. I didn't really not expect. I kind of expected that. But to do this poorly is, I mean, even after the second day, we'll get there. But and of course, Aaron is very mad because these are the people at the top of the autumn election. Like I said before, Tadakuro did very well against Rio Kurokiba. Uh, maybe not. She might not have won, even if the director had gotten his judging correct the first time. If he had realized that his his loincloth had come off, I don't think she would have won, but she would have come very close. Um, Obviously, Alice, even though she lost early on, it was a very close fight between her and Soma, and obviously Soma, Kurokiba, and Hayama taking, 1, 2, and 3 respectively, or however I said it, 3, 2, 1, or we're not sure if Soma took second or if Kurokiba took second, but it was kind of implied that they both kind of had about equal dish, um, while Hayama just had a slightly better dish because it was his cooking. Regardless, I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but I promise I will get to this chapter. I really do like the interactions between Alice, Kurokiba, and Hayama because there is good tension between them, and it's pretty hilarious at times. Alice with her usual antics, and Kurokiba with his usual um, uh, deadpan side antics, and Hayama with his usual stuff too. Um, one of the better parts was when freaking Soma came out, and he had like the pepper buns, and freaking Alice right away. I'll help myself with a musical note there. Like, wow. It's like both Soma and Alice are just so freaking relaxed at this point. They're like, oh my gosh, they 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 were meant for each other. I don't know. I ship him and Tadakoro, but I also ship him with Alice because they're like they're like the same person with key differences and different genders. Maybe they're made for each other. I don't believe the opposites attract thing entirely. I believe it depends on the person. Because honestly, I personally, I don't want somebody the opposite of me. Just saying. Um, but it seems like Erin is doing very well. You know, props to her. Um, she got second place in the Mountain View area, which is like Elite 10 dominated. So for her to do it as well as she did, granted, you know, the thing I talked about, the name, um, obviously helped her, considering the fact that even though she's only 10th seat in the Elite 10, she still has the name of Nakiri. And so there's obviously a very big bolster there. Um, but I have no doubt she's doing well because she's a damn good cook, or chef, whatever. Uh, and the surprising thing is the fourth seat got the first, not the first seat. The first seat, in fact, Tsukasa Eishi got fifth. Um, you know, I would expect. I'm expecting that Eishi's just not trying hard enough. He doesn't really care. Um, and that kind of I don't know because we have yet to see his full power. That I know it sounds like a shonen, like a battle shonen, but it's true. We're not going to see his full power until much later down the road, in my opinion. Um, so they're just going to keep it hidden for now. Um, so yeah, I mean, it was the whole like conversation between everybody with Erina, Soma, Alice, Alice's group, Soma's group, Erina, and all them. I really do. I liked it because I think the group as a whole meshes really well. Even Erina fits into that group pretty well, despite like individually I don't really care for her, but she does kind of add an extra dynamic to the group. Um, so I do like it. Now let's talk a little bit about how the second day he only got, I believe, I'm looking this up now, but I believe it was 35th, the second day, and but before that, the night before, he leaves the key in somebody's hands, and that looks. I'm not sure if it's a girl hand or a guy hand. It's difficult to tell. Um, but there are some theories that I've seen. I'm not sure who I'm jumping on the bandwagon for, but my first guess is going to be Hisako. And why do I say this? Uh, Hisako and Soma grew actually quite close in that first stagiaire period. I think that's how you say it. Um, I was saying like stagiaire before. I think it's stagiaire, but I don't know. I think that's the proper. I don't fucking know. I keep going back to that every time I talk about it, but um, they actually grew quite close, and Hisako and them seem to be on very good terms at this point. So that's my first guess is Hisako. It can't be Tadakuro, obviously, because she saw him doing that. Um, uh, it's obviously not her. It's not Erina. If it's Erina, I would be very surprised, very very surprised. I don't think it's Ishiki either, um, or Ikumi or Takumi. Um, yeah, I would be very surprised if it was Erina. I really think it's Hisako. Um, I don't really see many other students that would be willing to lend a hand to Yukihira Soma so willingly, besides somebody in Polar Star dorm, um, who I don't believe are going to be involved with this, because it would be too simple for him to just go there. There has to be a reason why it's a secret who's doing this. I don't believe it's Alice, because she herself is fighting for um, you know, her life here. And so my first guess is Hisako. I don't know if I even have a second guess at this point. Um, I mean, Hojo is the only other really like choice, but I don't understand why it would be Hojo. I don't know. And it doesn't seem to be that stalker girl either, because she's the one that's like, what's he doing? So anyway, um, Kuga did really well. She it took took uh first. Um, yeah, he got 35th, by the way. He took first, and he's basically swimming in money. So whether or not Soma's going to be able to win is up to Soma, I guess. It's a very daunting task. I don't think he's going to win, but we'll see. Um, and pulling that cart at the very end with this like sinister smile, and even like the text says, Yukihiro pulling his cart with his expression telling that he's clearly up to something. No shit, okay? There's no shit that he's up to something. I guess my second, guess would be, what the fuck's that guy's name? Well, no, that can't be Subaru because that's way too light. He's darker, isn't he? Whatever. Anyway, that's it. Um, what he's up to, I have no fucking idea. I have not a clue. And I guess we're gonna see. I've never seen Soma in that outfit. That's weird, but it's interesting. So yeah, I guess that'll be it. I think this review is a bit incoherent, but hopefully you guys stuck with me. I'd say this was a good chapter, and yeah, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.